Hello, wonderful parents. Dr. Anna Cohen here. Today I'd like to talk about managing screen time and finding a balanced approach. In this digital era, managing screen time for our kids and teenagers has become a significant parenting challenge. It's important to find a balance that respects the benefits of technology whilst mitigating its potential drawbacks. Screens are now an integral part of our lives, offering benefits like relaxation, education, and connection. However, they shouldn't replace direct parent-child interaction or physical play. The global pandemic has underscored the need to adjust our expectations and adapt our approaches in light of new circumstances. For families, particularly those with less support, screens can sometimes act as a necessary break for both parents and kids. I offer parents regularly some suggestions around the guidelines that can help with screens and their engagement in a safe and healthy way. The first thing I often talk about is flexibility in screen time. Every family is unique, and what works for one may not work for another. I encourage you to tailor the amount of screen time to fit your family's values and circumstances. It's really important to strike a balance that supports your kids' development without becoming overly restrictive. We want to encourage active participation instead of passive consumption. Encourage your children to engage with content that's interactive and enriching. Whether it's educational apps or creative games, active participation can enhance the benefits of screen time. As a parent, you need to set clear boundaries. You need to establish very clear expectations or rules about when and where screens can be used. For instance, in my family, it was always a no device during mealtime request. But for some families, it might be no devices within an hour of bedtime, because this helps prevent screens from interfering with sleep or family interactions. As a parent, we need to monitor the content and the usage. Stay involved in your kids' digital life. Discuss what they're watching and playing and make sure the content's appropriate for their age. Open communication about the nature of what they consume online is essential. Most companies like Apple and Samsung have programs that can show you how much time in minutes is spent on each app per day. And this can be used to monitor usage and, most importantly, to act as a discussion point for family conversations. Discussions around internet safety are so important, and we as parents need to regularly talk about online safety, including how to handle exposure to disturbing content. I love to encourage open dialogues by saying to kids, what would you do if you came across something upsetting online? And make sure they understand the importance of privacy setting and the risks of sharing personal information. We want to educate kids about online interactions. We want to teach kids about the implications of all online interaction. This includes understanding the permanence of what they post and how to interact respectfully with others online. We also want to promote offline activities and ensure that your kids have plenty of opportunities to engage in activities away from screens. Whether it's sports, reading, or family outings, offline experiences are vital for developing a broad range of skills and interests. We as parents need to lead by example because kids often emulate our habits. So if you set an example by moderating your own screen use and engaging in a variety of activities, your kids are more likely to follow suit. One of the things as a parent that we can do is to evaluate the effects of screen time. By this, what I mean is regularly assess how screen use is affecting your child's mood or behaviour. Does it make them more irritable or withdrawn? Does it interfere with their sleep, with their homework? Use your observations to adjust the routines and expectations as necessary, and use it as a discussion point. Involve your kids in discussions. As they grow, involve them in discussions about screen time limits and internet use. This not only empowers them, but also helps them to understand the reasons behind the requests or rules, making them more likely to adhere to them. I'd ask you to consider creating a family media plan that outlines the types of content that are acceptable or the appropriate times for screen use and the locations in your home where screens can be used. This plan can serve as a reference point for the whole family and will help prevent conflicts before they start. Remember, give yourself and your children grace. Adjusting to optimal screen use is a process that requires patience and flexibility. What works one month might need tweaking the next as your family's routine changes or as your children grow and their needs evolve. If you're looking for more support or resources in managing screen time effectively, you might like to visit the Better Parent Academy for courses and materials that can provide further guidance. Thank you for reaching out and for your commitment to nurturing a healthy, balanced approach to screen time in your family. Remember, finding balance is key, not just in screen time, but in all aspects of family life. You've got this. I wish you joy in your parenting.